This is one of my favorite training aids. I would say this is an all-in-one. We have a 15-foot putt here. We have the green gates. They're called the truth gates. They're set on the toughest setting. The whole revolution of putting going on right now is longer backswing, shorter follow through. That was really good.
Milwaukee's own Skip Kendall.
Skip Kendall.
Skip Kendall is 5 under today.
At the 9th. Chips in for birdie. He's tied for 3rd, 2 shots off the lead.
All right, so this is one of my favorite training aids. We just, used a lot of training aids for block work. This training aid is very new. It's called the Truth Trainer by Pure Golf. I would say this is an all-in-one. It does everything in my block work that we just worked on, and it will take care of it all right here. So I really like this training aid a lot. Let's show everyone kind of what it does. Right now, we have a 15-foot putt here. We have the green gates. They're called the truth gates. You can see them right here. They're set on the toughest setting. I like it because the ball pad now, this is for alignment of the putter itself. These strings are here when, for eye line, when you put the putter in there. Go ahead and get in there, Brady. Yep. So when you put the putter behind there, Brady should not see the blue string underneath the white one. He knows then that his eyes are perfect over the ball. You also probably shouldn't see the alignment, your sight line there on your putter should be covered up by the blue string, so you shouldn't see that either. That right there is what we start off with on this training aid. You can actually go, a lot less. This is a 15-foot putt, but we can start at 6 feet. We can move the ball pad actually up closer to where you can start at 6 feet. I have it back here for this 15-footer. So let me get this ball out of the way. Keep going. Very nice. I just didn't go back to the right. So you can start closer. It almost gamifies it in a way. You can start closer to the, to the hole at 5-6 feet by moving the ball pad up. You just don't want that long follow through. So it makes it easier because the ball is closer to the gates. Yeah. And that's probably the main thing. As you go further back, it gets a little tougher to run the ball through the gates. Also, I want you to know that there's different gates. There's a big difference here between the green gates and the red gates. Red gates are fatter, much tougher to get the ball through. Right now we started with the green gates. So we're gonna keep those in on the toughest position, but now I'm also gonna put in these path perfectors. So I can put these on both sides. This is for path. So go ahead and put your putter back there. So just like the tees that I had in setting up with the tutors, I can now move these in. They're adjustable to make sure that it's a little bit closer to his putter so it doesn't make it too easy for him. Now we're working on path along with alignment, eye alignment, running it through the gates. So we've got a lot of stuff going on here.
Hit that one.
So right, mainly on the follow through. Still almost went in, but so yep. So this is really good for you. Good setup. Love it.
Are we gonna keep that one?
So obviously.
Inside a little bit, man.
Well, you're getting it back okay. You're just you're rerouting it to the inside, which don't need to do obviously. Right. So that's good. Teaches you, right? Mm-hmm. Still clipped it. All right, so we know that path is coming. It's going back okay, but it's coming back to the inside just a little bit.
Yeah.
Much better. And the one thing that I want people to understand too is you can clip one of these gates. They spend a lot of time and research making these gates. So even if you clip a gate, it doesn't mean that the ball can't go in the hole. These gates don't affect the roll of the ball. So I think that's an important thing because, like, let's say you're watching PGA Tour golf and you see that line going to the hole and it's like that wide. It's a perfect putt. It goes dead center. The line going to the hole is actually not this wide. It's actually like that wide because it all depends on speed. You don't have to hit a perfect putt to make it. You know, it can, if, let's say it's a little bit softer, it can curl in the side. If it's a little bit, if you hit it just a little bit too firm, it can still catch the hole, you know, on the lower side. So it's a much bigger margin for error than you think. And so clipping a gate here doesn't necessarily mean that you can't make it. It's, you know, doesn't have to be perfect, put it that way. All right, let's get one straight through. There we go. That was beautiful, man. Give me some of that, man. Love it. Love it. Okay, to make it harder now, I am going to put the red ones in, but we're also going to do another thing now that I'm going to show people what this does. So I'm going to put these red ones in the toughest one for you, but I'm also going to be getting the swing guides.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to flip this one. Okay. So now we can work on shape of stroke. So I'm going to put this one all the way back to about right here. I'm going to put this one right here. The whole revolution of putting going on right now is longer backswing, shorter follow through. We proved about 5 years ago that it actually puts the best roll on the ball. I know it's probably very controversial to a lot of people, but it's you watch a lot of the tour players now, everyone's kind of jumped on the bandwagon. What we learned, and I was taught my whole career, my whole life, that to accelerate through impact, but come to find out that acceleration causes three bad things to happen. The ball bounces off the face, it skids for too long, and then when the ball actually starts rolling, it doesn't roll on its axis. It wobbles, it's all over the place, and that's kind of when you see the ball bouncing going towards the hole. When you have a longer backswing, shorter follow through, and you have that, well, let's say, let me show people like this. If you have, say, that perfect pendulum motion going on, and it's even on both sides, what happens is, if you hit something in the middle, the ball, it has to slow down. So the follow through can't be as long as the backswing, right? The only way it can get longer is if you force it to go longer, if you actually accelerate. And what we found from that stroke, from longer backswing, shorter follow through, is that the roll is better. It doesn't bounce off the face, it doesn't skid for as long, and then when it actually starts rolling, it rolls perfectly on its axis. And so the ball actually rolls out a little bit longer. And that's really cool because it's almost like less effort. So what we learned is speed and length of backswing controls the rollout. And now this is all based off of your rhythm as well, but I have Brady working on longer backswing, shorter follow through. So in effect, Brady doesn't want to hit this back swing guide here and doesn't want to hit the forward swing guide, but it has to be fast enough and long enough in the backswing to get it this 15 feet. Pretty good though, not bad. So just a little bit long in the follow through. So if you hit the front bar though, what are you gonna do not to hit the front bar on this next one?
Just
probably has to be a little bit
longer in the backswing.
Well, maybe a little bit longer, but also you might have to speed it up. Yeah. You need to create that momentum so when the putter just drops on the ball, better. Yep, better. Just nick the front bar there. So it looked a little bit short. That was really good. Excellent, good putt.